Hi everyone, it's Norman Kochner here. Can you all hear me? I hope you can. Yes, we're here for yet another program T20 match in the IPL of 2022. And the match today is, of course, between two, LUCKNOW Super Giants are certainly on the rise. They did very earlier. KL that's there, of course, in great command. He's a great leader and has proven that way with the centuries and matches that he's played. And they're playing against a team that's rather hapless at the moment. Hapless meaning not happy, I guess is the right way of putting it. That is the Mumbai Indians, but look, this could be the game they turn around a little bit and start winning. Doesn't mean they're going to win their way into the semis, but they may well give other teams somewhat of a fright. So LUCKNOW Super Giants are really favoured to win. The titling of the preview, of course, is a winless Mumbai could turn to bench players as they take on top four aspirants Super Giants. So Mumbai may turn their mind to putting in some of their players. They've got Tim David there. In fact, their likely 11, if they're going to stick to their 11, is going to be Rohit Sharma, Ishant Kishan, as we would expect. Dewald Brevis, the young 19-year-old South African who hasn't played for his country yet. Oliver Lutkins, how are you? And Sky Yadav, or Sky, would be at 4, who hasn't performed well at this point. Tilak Varma at 5 there. Pollard or Tim David. They may throw in David in place of Pollard. Then 3 Shaheen or Mayank Markanda will be toss up between those two. They're looking at some middle order strength, lower middle order strength. Woodard has bowled not badly at all. And of course, Daniel Sams. Riley Meredith, I'm not sure about, and Jasprit Bumrah. So their bowling lineup could be of that type as well, that overall lineup. The LUCKNOW Super Giants are a bit slightly more steadier in the way they're playing. Can David get a chance? Well, Tim David should have had a chance a little early. He's been paid enough money to sit there. Got to question that. LUCKNOW Super Giants have got KL Rahul, Quinton de Kock, Manish Pandey, or Golf, and they might put either on the two. Dibek Hooda has been very well. Quinton Pandey hasn't been in that bad form. Ayush Badoni, Marcus Stoinis definitely has been a player to have in the team. Holder at 8. Chamira is bowling well. Avish Khan and Ravi Bishnoi. So LUCKNOW Super Giants with Stoinis, Holder, Chamira, Avish Khan and Ravi Bishnoi have certainly been bowling well enough. And Rahul Dravid himself with Quinton de Kock have shown a fair degree of batting strength. So, and there's interesting facts here. You can't ignore the KL Rahul IPL numbers against Bumrah. 124 runs of 99 balls, which is quite steady. Chamira has dominated Rohit whenever they've played against each other. That's another factor. Mumbai might keep Bumrah away from Rahul. I'm not sure whether they'll do that. But yeah, Arish Khan and Holder have taken 5 wickets each at the death of the IPL. Only Natarajan, Bhuvi Kumar and Dwayne Bravo have taken more. So they're right up there with death bowlers, that's for sure. And yeah, LUCKNOW Super Giants are rather fresh to the whole thing and probably deserve clear favouritism. But Mumbai Indians, look, they haven't won a match in 7 matches. Hapless, winless, not useless, but certainly going to find it hard. Bakul Dalla was here earlier. I'm not sure. Let's talk about the overall backstory to the pick he got to do with such and such as for my birthday today. Well, Sachin Tendulkar is. Happy birthday to Sachin Tendulkar. He turns 49 today. means he's getting closer and closer to his 50th, which is a bit of a shock to think of Tendulkar as 50, but that's what he is. A man who in 2015 was in Australia, spent a bit of time with him there and got to know him a lot better, and he was certainly a lovely man. Had a lot of crap around him. When I say that, he had a lot of management people that seemed to be controlling him, which is never a good thing when you've got someone of his status being controlled. I guess I shouldn't say it's not necessarily unusual, but it isn't good. In effect, and they're talking about happy birthday to Sachin, the ESPN quick info, but they're saying, don't you miss the days of Sachin? Yeah, we all do. We certainly has missed. Who we got joining us now? Nilakshi Sharma has joined us. Hello, Nilakshi.
Hello, Norman. How are you?
Very well. It's interesting how you're extremely clear and other people have been not so clear. So I'm glad that you're clear. Your sound, your voice is really nice and clear. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. Been busy.
Yeah?
I've been busy lately, so.
Yeah. Why have you been busy?
I've been busy lately, so.
Oops, hello. I've got some.
Just studying and there's some part-time jobs.
Sorry?
I've been studying and I've joined a part-time job, so don't get time much.
Very happy. What job have you got?
It's an IT sector.
Very good. Very good indeed. So you know the two teams to playing today that are the new franchise LUCKNOW Super Giants?
Well, yes. And Mumbai Indians.
Exactly. But where you are, LUCKNOW is not close. Is LUCKNOW close?
No. Not close.
So who are you going for? Who's your team in your heart?
Now? Like in this season?
Or in general.
It's not fixed. Last year I supported RCB and they didn't won any matches. Didn't won the final. So this time I'm supporting either Rajasthan Royals or Lucknow.
Oh, so you've just dumped from RCB because they've not done well. That's nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, like yesterday they didn't. That was their second lowest total or something like that. In 5 years, this is their second lowest total. Yesterday, RCB's.
Oh, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
But look, I don't want. I mean, Virat Kohli got out first ball. Even Duplessis got out very cheaply. Things will turn around, I reckon. RCB will still be in with a chance of making at least the top 4. Let's hope.
The more worrisome is that Mumbai Indians is not getting in the board right now.
Mumbai Indians will stay. They've got no hope of making the top 4. They can still win games. They can still cause a bit of havoc, but they won't make it now after losing 7 matches in a row.
7 straight matches. It's not their best start, I would say. I think it's a faulty auction strategy. I think the bowling unit is not like before. It's very weak. The auction is just not the right strategy for them.
So Sarari Guthrie is asking where you're studying or working. He's just asked you. Where you're working part-time. You're still studying?
Actually, I'm preparing for some exams. So I'm studying at home right now. once I clear some entrance exam, then I won't. Uh, I will left the job. Then I will start studying.
Very good. So anyone out there who's able to support Nalakshi, she's there. I'm sure she'll love to work for some major television company, maybe even. You never know. So Himanshu Rahela says, I thought Mumbai is the best team in the world, but things change quickly. That's true. They've still got great players. They've still got, my God, they've got Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Pollard, Sky. They've got some good players there. Even though they're not going to get into the semi-finals this year, they will at least be. You would hope they would play somewhat better. Lucknow have come off a loss. The last match they had a loss, so they need to regain winning form.
Even though they were close, see, last match was against CSK, I think.
What's that?
But they were close. Mumbai Indians last match was against CSK, I think. They were close to winning, but the at the end they didn't win.
I tell you what, it's good to be close to winning, but you have to literally win when you haven't won any games. You can't afford to continue to play that way. So, Sachin Tendulkar's birthday today, and you haven't won any, isn't it?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
And he is now turned 49.
40.
That sounds. How old's your mother and father?
My father's a bit older than you, but my mother will be little bit younger than you.
Okay. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Sachin Tendulkar. About comparing them to him, not me.
Oh, him. Obviously older than him. Not.
Okay. So Gaming with Puranjay has joined us. Shreya Gayatri keeps asking, great change, all the best, both what is perfect, like a toss factor or dew factor in India. That's always a big thing, really. Teams win the toss, and what do? Now, actually, they win the toss and they
decide to ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Even this dew factor plays a major role. Even 200 run you can chase easily.
Exactly. It seems to be the way that every team has gone, except for last night, which wasn't a night game; it was a day game. But Hardik Pandya chose to bat first with his Gujarat Titans, and they won the match. It was the first time that anyone's decided to bat first, but it was daytime, so that was a bit of a different story. It was a lot warmer, and anyway, it worked. They were able to get through, which was good. So, what do you think of Gujarat Titans this year? What do you think of them?
I think they are stable. They will definitely will be the top 4 finalists, I think.
Oh,
Gujarat, Lucknow, Gujarat, Lucknow, then Rajasthan Royals, and maybe RCB or Sunrisers Hyderabad. Whereas CSK has a long way to go. They are just getting started. But you can't say for sure.
No, that's true. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, because this is only the 37th match. It's still we're not yet certain of who's going to be in the top 4. We certainly know who's not going to be in there. I think Mumbai Indians are pretty much gone. I think that. Well, what about Chennai Super Kings? Do you think they are out?
They might surprise you at the very end. I think they are just getting started. They didn't had a very good start, but now it seems they are pretty much stable. I think if they keep on winning like this, they might get to the top 4.
They won the competition last year. We have to remember that, even though they're not starting very well, you never really know, do you?
Yeah. And what do
Okay,
you think about Kolkata?
yes. It's going to be interesting to see what happens though, because they both well, Mumbai's gone, but CSK might have a chance. All right, so we've got the comment there. Mumbai Indians has to win to celebrate Sachin's birthday. Well, I'm sure they'd like to use that as a reason to win, but you can't say that with any certainty that that's the reason why they're going to win. Can you? Really?
Yeah, I think the openers are not doing their job well. Ishan Kishan and Rohit Sharma, even Ishan Kishan is slightly bit better than I think Rohit Sharma. Then their openers are not putting up the platform.
Absolutely correct. It's they both in the last match they got both ducks, didn't they, or duck and one or something?
Ducks, yeah.
But it's quite a shock because really, Rohit Sharma and also let's say Virat Kohli, they're the leading run getters ever in the IPL.
Yeah.
They're 1 and 3. I think the first is Kohli, second is Shikhar Dhawan, who's still playing, and third is Rohit Sharma, and then fourth is Warner. And really, only out of those top 4, Shikhar Dhawan's got a few runs, and Warner has too. But Virat has some.
Yeah.
No, they haven't, have they?
Now, KR Rahul is rising pretty fast, I think.
Oh, he's doing really well. He's having an exceptional year. And, of course, so is his team. They're playing.
Yeah.
So.
The last time when they played against Mumbai Indians, he scored a century.
Exactly. He looked fantastic. But then Faf du Plessis batting really well too, but he got a big fat duck. Well, not duck. He got only a handful of runs yesterday. So, gee, Marco Jensen. You see Marco Jensen? He bowled very well, didn't he? The tall left arm South African.
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen him.
So the question here is Shreya Gayatri saying, can Rajasthan Royals or Sunrisers Hyderabad go to the playoff very close to 16 points like last year? Well, I think Rajasthan Royals definitely.
Definitely.
The way Sunrisers Hyderabad are playing, you'd think so, yes, too. And Gujarat,
it's like a complete different team when you compete from the last year Rajasthan Royals. Completely new, like a brand new team ready for action like that.
Yeah,
so many good players are there.
Bowlers especially. Their bowling has been really, really good.
Rajasthan Royals have been always my they have always been my least favorite team so far. But now they are really.
I was predicting before the season started, based on last year, they'd be struggling to be off the bottom. But they've won I think 5 or 6 in a row now. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
It is a shock, real shock. So what do we got here? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm just having a look at the. We've still got another 10 minutes before the toss. There's no mention of any change to the side, but I mean, KL Rahul, it's a great buy by LUCKNOW to buy him.
Yes.
Sure. He was a very important purchase. Same with Hardik Pandya. He's played with the responsibility of captain. He's done very well for Gujarat as well. But at the moment, the only person, or the person who's really the best batter is Josh Butler. Hasn't he been good?
Yeah.
Have you seen?
Josh Butler is back-to-back centuries.
Unbelievable.
The last match he scored unbelievable. Yeah. Never thought he'd be such a good player in the white ball format.
Exactly. I think overall, if I'm not wrong, Chris Gayle has scored something like 6 centuries, and I think someone like Kohli scored 5. But that's overall over many, many years. But Josh Butler has scored 3 this year.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible when you think about it, because out of all the players that ever played the IPL, now into the 15th season, only Chris Gayle has got 6 centuries. It's amazing how Josh Butler's hit 3 of them in one season. If he keeps this going, he'll be the leading century scorer, at least. Not run scorer, but century scorer, certainly. Big, really, for the sake of Rajasthan Royals, he has to keep going.
Even I think Shivam Dubey was pretty close in making the century, but he didn't make it.
That's true. But yeah, the way that... Go.
No, I'm just thinking why Rituraj Gaikwad has lost his grip. Last year he scored even century and was playing very nice than last year. This year I don't think he's playing really good.
He had a lot of on his plate. He didn't play well in any format, actually. Did Josh Butler? He had a child and his family. I think he was a bit distracted, but now he seems to be fresh, ready to go, and he's just gone crazy.
No, I was talking about Rituraj Gaikwad.
Oh, sorry, Gaikwad. Yeah, he hasn't done that well, has he?
Yeah, but last year he was really good.
That's true.
He even scored a century last year. Consistent he was.
Yeah, he can never. I mean, look.
Maybe when
Sorry.
No, my guess is he played with it was Fab du Plessis, I think, the opener. That's why he was consistent. Now suddenly his partner changed. Maybe that's the reason he's not playing well.
Very good reason. Very good reason. I mean, Faf du Plessis maybe complimented him very well, but now he's moved to RCB, and really RCB's victories have been based on Faf du Plessis. He's played very well. So that's my only thing for RCB, even though they got beaten very badly last night. They're not gone yet. They're still in with a chance. They may come back stronger. They've got too many good players. Maxwell's another good player. And even Virat Kohli himself, he can't keep failing this way. He has to turn this around. So
yeah, he's been he's not in this form for a long time. We haven't seen a century. I think since 2019 or something.
Yeah, that's true. But he's still got a great record. We can't forget his record is still amazing. He's scored 70 odd centuries, and he's not exactly lacking century. Yeah, they gave him the Punjay saying that Kohli scored 5, as I said, and in 2016 he scored 973 runs, which must have been one hell of a year.
Yeah.
And look,
Do you expect any change in Mumbai Indians team?
Yeah, for today, I think Tim David will play today. I think whether they put in Riley Meredith, I hope they don't. He's, in my opinion, not a good enough bowler for this competition, to be honest. But I think you'll probably see David in there. But whether that means Pollard was taken out, I don't know. But they'll certainly need Bumrah playing well. They really need him to shine. And I think that's... And there's Murugan Ashwin, the other Ashwin. He's another player who needs to play. But Jasprit Bumrah's the key. He has to bowl well. Although the stats show that KL Rahul likes Jasprit Bumrah's bowling. So that's interesting. Because Rahul likes pace, for sure. And loves to drive.
Even the batting lineup has to put their effort.
Yeah, and Quinton de Kock is playing well as well. So they've got a good combination there of openers. But Sky Yadav, Ishan Kishan, overpaid, you would argue, at the moment, but they need to perform big time.
Yeah, when you lose wickets at the very at the very beginning of the match, then you can't expect to win the match. Only depend on 2 or 3 players.
No, that's true. So Oliver Lutkins is talking about Riley Meredith pace is effective. Last match he bowled well. Well, I'm not sold on him yet. His last season was disgraceful in the IPL. He bowled with I think he got bowled with the other Richardson, and they got smashed, and they were quickly dropped, weren't they? That was last year. And they were both playing. They're playing for KKR last year. I can't remember now. Was it?
Who? Sorry, who?
Riley Meredith. He's playing. Was he playing for Punjab Kings, or I can't remember who Riley Meredith was playing for last year. But whoever he played for, he got smashed.
Oh.
Now he's playing, of course, for. He got picked up by Mumbai Indians, and well, let's just see what he plays. Dushmantha Chamira, the Sri Lankan bowler's bowling well too for Lucknow. He certainly is good.
Yeah.
So we've got another 3 minutes before we have a start. Have you seen much of the young 19-year-old South African batsman at number 3 there, Daywold? Have you seen him? What's his name? Daywold Bravis. He's a batting all-rounder, and he's played a bit of last season and now this season. He's number 3 in the batting order for Mumbai Indians. He's only 19, and he comes from South Africa. Hasn't played for South Africa yet, but he's played IPL first, which is rather I think he played in the under-19s or under-17s for South Africa, but hasn't played for the top level in South Africa. But he's playing IPL, which is interesting. Okay, so Super Giants versus Mumbai. There's another 2 minutes before we find out who actually is going to win the toss. I think if Lucknow win the toss, that's it. I think that's
yeah.
They'll control this match, and Mumbai Indians will have it because they'll obviously bowl first, and their bowling side's very strong. So Himanshu Ruhela says he can't wait. Australia versus India Border Gavaskar Trophy. Well, that's not that's later this year in India, but that'll happen. Yeah, and there's a lot of women's cricket happening. There's a tournament happening next month, and there's the Commonwealth Games where women are playing cricket in England. Because men are not playing, would you believe? Men are not playing in the Commonwealth Games. It was like the mini Olympics, but the women are, which is interesting. Why they only chose women to play, not the men? I don't know why. So we've got another minute. So Chamira, okay, there's a bit of talk in the press here that Tim Davis is going to get a go today. That's a smart move. They can't afford not to have him play. He's obviously been paid a lot of money to be a part of the team, and therefore should be considered as one of the players. So 37 matches. This will be the 37th match. Further 33 to go. Then we come to the semi-finals. It's going pretty fast. So less than a month to go. Although it's a long very, very long oh my God, is it a long competition? Probably a bit too long.
Last year it was, I felt like it went too long.
Oh, last year was terrible because they split it up and they played half of it before. It took a few months before the next. Oh, God. Now, Subhash Chandra Barathra is asking you a question. Can you read this question? Can you read that?
My favorite cricket of all
time.
All time. It's too many.
Too many. Come mention a few. Just say a few.
Jasprit Bumrah is my favorite bowler. Then there's Trent Bolt. Then from batsman, I would say Rohit Sharma. Then KL. My favorite cricketer, it was Virat Kohli, but not now.
Don't
because he's not playing.
Don't so quickly. You can't.
Yeah, and Kane Williamson. Kane Williamson too.
Okay.
I like Kane Williamson.
So
even I was a big fan of Sam Curran too.
Oh, we know that. We know exactly why that is. That's not based on his cricket. I don't think it's based on his looks, maybe.
No, it's based on.
Well, I didn't ask the question who was the best looking player. I said, who was the best cricketer? No,
No,
actually.
I was saying.
Okay. Now, so let's have a look. So, okay, Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah. You said Kane Williamson. You said used to be Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and definitely Sam Curran. Not for his batting, not for his bowling, not for his all-round play, but for maybe his hair.
Joe Root too.
Who?
Joe Root.
Who?
Joe Root.
Joe Root, of course. But yeah,
But he left the captainship, right?
he did. And I actually spoke today to Simon Kadich, who used to play for Australia. He looks like he might have an opportunity to be the England coach. He's a friend of mine, so I wished him good luck, and he said he thinks there's a lot of people going for the position, but I think he's going to get it to be the coach of England.
Yeah.
Simon Kadich. Do you know Simon Kadich?
Joe Root was excellent captain. I think he just his team didn't supported him. That's
well, Mumbai Indians have won the toss and have elected to bowl. There you go. So Mumbai Indians have won the toss and elected to bowl. That's a very good. There's a very good picture here of. They just put a very good picture of Sachin. It's very nice. So let's have a look. So that means I've got to just put that in my record that Mumbai Indians, which is a big thing for Mumbai. Mumbai Indians.
They should really use this opportunity.
What?
I said this time they should really use this opportunity to win. I mean, it won't make any sense if they don't win.
I've got a feeling they're going to win. Based on that, you'd have a good thought. So, what's the question there? My favourite cricketer is, this is Himanshu Rahela. His favourite cricketer is Steve Smith, Pat Cummins, Shaheen Afridi, and Cam Green. Well, Steve Smith hasn't played well for a fair while. Pat Cummins certainly is everyone's favourite. Shaheen Afridi certainly looks good too. What do you think of Cam Green? Cameron Green now from Australia.
He's pretty young. He's young, and last time I saw him, he was really good. I forgot whom he played against. Was it against New Zealand or?
We played Pakistan just recently.
Pakistan, yeah.
He played well both at Test level and in the short form.
He has a really bright future, I think.
He's 6'8" or something. He's huge. So Mumbai are unchanged, and Mohsin Khan will make his IPL debut against his former franchise. So Mohsin Khan has been chosen in the so-called Lucknow side. Avish Khan misses out because he has a small niggle, so a small injury that's stopping him play. So that's the change. But Rohit's team, surprisingly, Rohit Sharma has not changed his team when they've been losing 7 matches in a row. You'd think they might have given Tim David a chance over another player, but they haven't changed. Well, is that good or bad? It shows some, I suppose, decency towards the team, give them more of a chance. But you would argue that that would probably have been something they would do, but they decided not to do that. Interesting. So Mohsin Khan, he was obviously a part of the Mumbai Indians squad originally, and has moved across to the new franchise, which would have come out because of the auction, obviously. I'd say it was on. So why is Arjun Tendulkar not getting a chance? Good question. Would have been a good day to give Arjun Tendulkar a game, given Tendulkar's birthday. I think that's a great suggestion from Buckle Data. Would have been a nice moment almost like a birthday present to Sachin to have his son play for Mumbai. Is that? Yeah, I kind of like that. Don't you?
Yeah, that would be a very good idea. I heard last time he got selected for Mumbai Indians in the auction, but I never seen him playing in any matches. I don't know why they didn't give him chance.
Yeah, he's actually a very good batter as well. I've played
He,
with him I've played with him and against him. He was in Australia about what 2 or 3 years ago. He was in Australia. Did you know that?
he's all rounder, right? Is he all
Yeah.
rounder?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he can certainly he certainly can bat. He played at Kochi Oval near me. He played for the Cricketers Club of India against the SCG 11, and it was a good game, and it was very exciting to have him playing. And we went to dinner at Yashpal's restaurant there, Masala Theory, and very nice young, very, very, very polite, very, very decent young boy. Clearly, his parents have brought him up very well, despite all of the incredible exposure he would have from his parents. He has turned out to be a pretty good kid. It's very,
You
very
and
normal.
you and him went to restaurant.
Sorry?
You and Arjun Tendulkar went to restaurant together.
No, Arjuna wasn't in the. Sorry, Arjuna. Arjun was here, but Sachin wasn't here. But Arjun, yes, he came to the. We brought him to the restaurant. He came with the team. He was here.
Oh, so you spoke with him?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
We played cricket. We played cricket against him. He was with us before the match. They had several matches. He was here. We then went to a restaurant with him. Very nice young man. Very nice young man. Very impressive, actually. Indeed. So yeah, no, he's a very good kid. And he could bat. He could bat really well. He was quite an impressive batter. There's a question here: who has the highest batting average against a single opposition in the IPL? Well, they haven't answered the question yet. So they're always talking about a player against a franchise and how they go, which is interesting because normally you don't do that. You talk about how well they've gone overall, don't you? The people are saying Mumbai will probably win today.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can hear you very clearly, actually. What does it say here? Let me get all the... So Rahul has talked about his team, and he said about, he thinks his players have played very well, and they certainly have, and that they're in for a... It really comes down to the leadership of the teams. That's the key at the moment, and to lead by example. And what I mean by that is Rahul getting a century, the likes of Josh Butler doing very well, even Sanju Samson, or disappointingly Agarwal has
Hardik Pandya.
Exactly.
Hardik Pandya.
And with Sunrisers Hyderabad, well, it's more their bowlers than their batters have done very well. It hasn't been the batting side that's really stood out. In fact, that's probably the bit of a danger there for Sunrisers Hyderabad. They haven't really needed to bat that well. They've bowled so well that they've had relatively small totals to actually beat. Who are Nalakshi's top 3 Indian IPL batsmen? For this edition of IPL, you're asked. For this edition of the IPL, here's your question.
Season.
For this season.
For this season. This season, yes. Josh Butler, KL Rahul, and the third one will be from the bowler. Uh, so many.
But they did ask you about Indian
Uh,
players, not. So Josh Butler's not Indian,
oh,
so we
not
can't leave
yeah.
KL Rahul.
Then K. Rahul, Hardik Pandya, and I'd go for
What about Dinesh Karthik? He's
yeah,
played well.
yeah. He's played well. Dinesh Karthik. I've never given a thought about this now, but K. Rahul is always in my mind. He's really literally the best player in this season, I think, after Josh Butler.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because let me just see if I can find the total of runs. Let's have a look here. IPL 2020. Let's have a look at this year. So the most runs this season in the IPL, that is, Josh Butler has scored 491 runs already. So early, that's a lot of runs. 3 centuries and 250s. Second is Pandya with 295. So it's a big gap. It's almost 200 runs between them. He's scored 350s. Then third is KL Rahul with 265 with a 50 and 2 centuries. He has scored 2 centuries. No, sorry. Let me get that right. KL Rahul scored 1 century and 150. So KL Rahul could well go back to second highest after today's performance if he bats well, which I'm sure he will. But Josh Butler, my God, he is just on fire. Unbelievable. Very, very good performances. It's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting when players bat well. You want to see I think more than a bowler bowling well, I want to see a batter batting well.
Better, yeah. It's exciting to see the batter always.
It is. But at the same time, the way that Marcus Jensen went through RCB was quite exciting too.
Yeah.
Did you see Kohli's head drop? He was distraught. He was so upset when he got out. Oh my God. He was very, very upset. He was not happy at all. It was quite a...
This season, I'm surprised to see Yuzvendra Chahal is playing really good.
Yeah.
From our Rajasthan Royals. Chahal.
But it's funny because go back to Virat Kohli for a moment. He did score a 48 and a 41. He hasn't scored nothing. He got a couple of ducks, yes, but he has scored a 48 not long ago, a few games ago.
Yeah, he also scored half centuries. Not like this season, but still, he's a very great player. People like to see him scoring a century or half century all the time.
Yeah. So Shreya Gayatri saying that they think that this year both the purple and the orange cap, which means most wickets and most runs, will be from the same franchise. But that's interesting. Let's see. So, all right, we've got another 15 minutes before the game starts. If you look at so again, Mumbai Indians have won the toss and they've elected to bowl. So that means Lucknow will bat first. KL Rahul with Quinton de Kock. Manish Pandey has also batted pretty well. Then they've got Krunal Pandya. They've got Deepak Hooda, Ayush Badoni, Marcus Stoinis and Jason Holder, 2 good all-rounders. Chamira, Bishnoi, and now Mohsin Khan, who's taking the place of Arish Khan. That's interesting. Mumbai Indians, Riley Meredith is definitely playing. Daniel Sams is playing. Shockreen. Pollard's there. I don't know much about Tilak Varma. Maybe I don't know much about. Do you know much about Tilak Varma from Mumbai? I haven't seen him.
I don't know much about him.
So Buckle Data is saying, which ending of the game did I enjoy more? Tawati 2 sixes to win or Miller's Hurricane 94? Dhoni's 16 off the last ball. Dhoni was great to see him bat well, but I think David Mills was pretty good. He looked very good when he batted the other night. Yeah, but there is a lot of questions being asked about Mumbai Indians. A lot of questions. Having so many good players in the one dressing room, but yet not winning. It can happen, can't it? They can't be perfect all the time. They've won 5 competitions. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if Mumbai Indians won't win the trophy this time, because other teams should get the chance as well.
Yeah. I've got a feeling they're going to win tonight, don't you?
Yeah, if they really take the opportunity. Then I think they will.
They've been given the opportunity now. They're batting second. So that should be a good enough opportunity for them to, well, set the game up, bowl well, and hopefully get, a smallish total to face. Should put them in a pretty good situation. Yeah. All right. Who at this early stage, after only 36, 37 games, who are going to be the finalists in your mind?
The team, you mean?
No. Which teams do you think will be the top
Finalists?
4?
Rajasthan Royals for sure. They will be top 4. Then I think Lucknow. You can say Gujarat. Lucknow, Gujarat. Then the 4th position, I'm not sure. It might be RCB, or rather Sunrisers Hyderabad. Punjab has no chance, I think. Punjab Kings.
I mean, Sunrise Hyderabad have bowled really, really, really well. But I want to see their batters be put under some pressure. I have this feeling that Sunrise Hyderabad will fall away towards the end. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm thinking that. Himanshu Arela misses Mitchell Starc. I don't miss Mitchell Starc. He hasn't been playing well for a while, I think. He played okay in Pakistan, yes, but I don't know. Marco Jensen.
Who's your favorite player in this IPL season? I mean, from Australia.
In this season?
Yeah. Warner.
Warner certainly played very well, yes. Marcus Stoinis, I always like to see him play. I want to see him play more. In terms of Pat Cummins, well, he was dropped from KKR, actually. He didn't play the last game. But he batted well early on, so I like Pat Cummins. But yeah, Warner's probably been the most consistent, certainly.
Yeah.
But Delhi Capitals they've won some games very, very well, but then they've lost other games. They got beaten by was it Gujarat the last game? I think it was that. Now, who did Delhi get? Delhi got beaten by Gujarat, didn't they? I think. Pretty sure it was Gujarat. And
Gujarat,
they were pretty.
No, not Gujarat. I think Rajasthan Royals.
Of course. What am I saying? Rajasthan Royals scored 227.
They scored 222 runs. I think that was the highest total in this season. And Delhi Capitals, they scored 210 or 207, something like that. They were pretty close. And then there was some no ball controversy. I don't know.
Oh yes. And Rishabh Pant got very angry, wanted to take the players.
Very frustrated. Yeah.
But really, Delhi Capitals lost despite scoring 207 runs, which is a bit of a. They're still a very good team. They might still make it to the semis. We'll wait and see.
No, I wasn't expecting they would score above 200. Judging by the fact that it was their highest total for Rajasthan Royals.
No, true. So
Still, they were close.
But I mean, Rajasthan Royals, of course, Josh Butler got 100, but many other players. Who was it? His opening partner got a 50 odd, didn't he, as well? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They did very well. Let me just see what happened in the last. I'll go back to results. What happened to the results? Where's the results? Normally we see the previous game written up. Schedule. There we go. Schedule. No, that's not the one. Schedule. Looking at the schedule. Teams, results. Yeah, they're not showing it. Results. Here we go. Yeah, Rajasthan Royals scored 2 for 222, and Delhi Capitals was 8 for 207 and didn't win. And if you look at the scorecard, Josh Butler scored 116, but Padikkal 54, and Sanju Samson 46. So it was a pretty good effort all round, losing only 2 wickets to 2 for 222. And in Delhi's team, well, they all got 30s and 40s. Rishabh Pant got 44. At the end there, Robin Powell got 36, but he hit 5 sixes. Incredible. Incredible.
There's no doubt Rajasthan Royals, they might win the trophy this time. Very good chance.
Oh, yes. Well, they've got Padikkal as well. He's a good player. So, yeah, this left-arm seamer Mosin Khan will play for Lucknow against his former franchise, as we said. So, in place of Avish Khan. But the left-hand bowlers seem to be doing very well, don't they? They seem to do very well in this competition for some reason. They particularly bowl well. Like Natarajan, he's bowling very well as well. We've seen him bowl. Oh, actually. He played for Gujarat. No, Sunrise Holidays.
Yeah. I'm basically not watching all the matches continuously.
That's
sometimes I do watch. Yeah.
No, you got to work and study and do other things. You can't do that all the time. It's very true. So Rajasthan Royals very well.
That day I was chatting with Manchi, and he told me that Josh Butler is on fire. Then I turned on the TV and watched the match, and I saw his scored a century. Like that, I'm watching like that.
Manchi's good. Manchi's a lovely man. Okay. Now, Sharari Gayathri is asking him, Rajasthan Royals are very well prepared in this IPL because some experienced players, great advice, motivation from Padikkal, Sanju, and Hetmar. Very true. So Himanshu Harela is asking you another question. I think it's you. Your top 5 players to watch in this year's T20 World Cup. Well, really, the players we've mentioned, Josh Butler, KL Rahul, definitely. Well, Pandya may make a return now to the World Cup team. We don't know. We would think that he probably will. He's actually not in the World Cup squad, but I think he might force his way back in. Yeah. Warner had a bad season last season, but he's doing a lot better this season. But Delhi is still not winning enough games.
In the T20 format, I think Ravindra Jadeja was always been one of my favorite. But this time, I don't know why he's not playing well. Jadeja, maybe because he's given the captainship.
I think so.
Is he in pressure? I think.
Perfectly correct. And because he's been given the captaincy, but Dhoni's still there. So he really has this very.
Dhoni is doing the majority of work for him. So I don't think he should be that nervous.
No, if you're going to be made captain, you probably need to be away from Dhoni a little bit because Dhoni's presence is so strong. It's pretty hard to not play. To play with him there is. Yeah, it is. It does make it difficult. That's for sure. Especially because he has won so many. He has won so many titles, and he's been a great player. And it's hard for Jadeja to break away from him, I think. Himanshu is asking more questions. Who will win this year's T20 World Cup? Well, it is in Australia. Australia won last time. Australia's got the best chance. But who else do you think might win the World Cup? It's October, November. Actually.
Sorry, what?
Who do you think will win the T20 World Cup, which is happening in October, November in Australia?
Yeah, Australia has a very good chance. But you see, India do have the potential, but I don't know why they screw up at the very end. India, they don't win a trophy at the even coming to the final. You see, always India has the potential. They have the capability to win each and every format. They don't win the trophy for some. I don't know, for some reason they screw up at the end, which is frustrating.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have a different captain this year. Of course, they're going to have Rohit Sharma as captain of their team. Will Virat Kohli even play? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens this year. If Virat Kohli's form continues to fall, they may have to seriously think about not putting him in the side, which is a little bit of a shock, really. So we're another 2 minutes away from start. 1, 2, 3.
Are you watching in TV or laptop?
Now, I've got it on what they call Foxtel, which is it's like our Star Sports, and I'm just looking at it now. So look what's going on. Indian Premier, there it is. Geez, it looks like a full house, a very full crowd, big buzz. It's good to see the crowd still there. I mean, it is Mumbai, at home in Mumbai. The crowd's there, and here we have KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock are out in the middle. Are you watching?
No, I don't have television in this room. I will have to watch the different room.
Well, no, actually, you've been fantastic to have on. You've been on for almost an hour now. Thank you for joining us. You look fantastic. You look very refreshed. Your hair looks good. You're looking fantastic. I'm sure all the viewers.
Thank you, Norman.
You look fantastic, Lakshmi. You're a pleasure to have on the show, and your knowledge is amazing. You know everything. You know more than me.
No, that's not true.
No, you do. You know a lot. So KL Rahul's playing his 102nd match. He scored 3,538 runs and has a strike rate of 137. Pretty impressive. And he's got the number one on his back, and he's the key to this team today, I think. And Daniel Sams is bowling the first over for Mumbai, which is interesting. I know Daniel Sams very well. He plays for Ramik Peterson here locally. At least, yeah, he's very local to here.
He's from Kuji?
Sorry?
Is he from Kuji?
Well, he plays for Ramik Peterson. So he's a local boy. I know him very well. Rohit Sharma looks a bit nervous. They're about to start. Now, Himanshu Rahel is asking, if India lost against Pakistan, things can change quickly for India. So I thought India need to win against Pakistan. They will need to win against Pakistan. 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start. Here we go. KL Rahul facing the first over from Daniel Sams. And Daniel Sams is actually bowling. Oops. Good first ball to Quinton de Kock. All right, Lakshmi, I'll let you go. You can go watch the game live or relax.
Yeah.
Thank you again. You've been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Norma. Thanks for having me.
Care. You take care.
You too. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was mate. That's such a lovely girl. Lakshmi Sharma was a fan of the show, has now become a regular guest host, knows her cricket extremely well, extremely knowledgeable, and very impressive the way she can dissect and actually, work out or discern. You can talk about anything, and she's got a very strong understanding of the game. It's quite impressive indeed. So, Lucknow Super Giants batting. Quinton de Kock's faced 2 balls off Sams, not scored a run yet. Rohit Sharma there, Kishan Bravis, Sky, Tilak, Heretic, Pollard, Sams, Bumrah, Uncut, and Meredith. There for Mumbai. So far, 3 dot balls. All right. Everybody's off watching the game. They're not here. We're looking back to a time when Sachin Tendulkar was playing for Mumbai. He scored 100 of 66 balls. Very impressive. Happy birthday to Sachin Tendulkar, of course. It's his birthday, his 49th birthday. De Kock's got a ball down to the leg side. He's taken a single. This young Dewald Brewers was very, very fit. Very, very fit indeed. So none from 1 off 4 deliveries. Dennis Sams has so far been pretty accurate. Let's see how he goes. Rahul usually scores runs very early in his innings too. He loves to get off the mark. Let's see how he goes. Daniel Sams opening the bowling there. So Daniel Sams is bowling to the top Indian batter, KL, and one of the top South African batters who's no longer playing the former cricket. But so far he's bowled very well. He's only gone for the 1 run on the first over. It's a much better start than some of the other times that he's bowled. Scored 103 of 60 balls versus the Mumbai Indians in match 26. So they're actually playing Mumbai Indians again only 11 matches later. And he absolutely creamed Mumbai Indians that day, scoring, as I said, 100 of 60 balls. Going to a single there. So first over, it's none for 2. Both batsmen have got the single run to get off the mark. So good start from Daniel Sams. It was a pretty solid first over. They must be very happy playing IPL. Daniel Sams is very, very proud of him. Should well be playing for Australia, I reckon, as well. More than he has. I'll watch one over of here we go. A spin of Sholin. Hrithik Shokin, I should say. He's played 2 matches. Kind of rate of 5.75. Has not taken a wicket yet, but must be well. He looks very young. Must be one of the under 19 players. Hrithik Shokin. See what he bowls. This was very crisp, very crusty looking. My 11 Circle, the betting company, is sponsoring LUCKNOW, big time. Oops. It's like a rather innocuous little off spinner. Opening the bowling from Mumbai, it's a big accolade. It must be pretty good. So far, he's gone for 2 dot balls. Very sort of conservative start. Ben Stokes, New England Test captain, your thoughts? Sure, Jay, he hasn't been announced as the New England captain, I don't believe, as I haven't seen the evidence that. He's the logical choice, though, unfortunately. Oh, hello, what's going on there? Are you saying something that's been announced? I don't think there's been anything announced about that. ECB haven't announced anything. No, so that's not an announcement that's been made yet. But Ben Stokes will be the logical choice. And he was going to lead by example, but whether he's going to be captain, I don't know. The new coach may have a say in that, whoever the new coach is, and new selection panel, which hasn't been properly announced. Only Rob Key is their managing director, so he took over from Ashley Giles' position, but nobody's been putting Chris Elwood's position full time, other than the fact that they've got Paul Collingwood there as temporary coach, interim coach, and no captain. So terrific. Shokeen has gone so far hasn't gone for a run yet. LUCKNOW rather quiet. They're none for two off, or virtually 2 overs here. Then they get a wriggle a little bit. And there we are. Rahul's decided to go for a 4, and it's going to, he got 4. Kieran Pollard tried his best to get over there, didn't have a chance. So Rahul, I was waiting for that. He wasn't going to sit around there for too much longer. Yeah, there we go. So ball's right in the slot. Pollard tried his best, but didn't have any luck. Big effort, though. Okay, so 4 off that over. None for 6 after 2. LUCKNOW. All right, at this point in time, I think I might say my goodbyes to you guys. Two, three, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Very, very quiet. This. You'd have to think this is a day that Mumbai Indians should win the match, shouldn't they, really? You would think this would be the day that would happen. Quinton de Kock and Rahul's just got himself a single, if I'm not wrong. De Kock must have been facing. All right. It's now past midnight here. We'll play the first hour, guys. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Take care. See you tomorrow. All the best.